Welcome to Russell Brand, Dirty Rapper. Oh, that's dedicated to you, actually, AJ. Before anyone says I'm here with AJ, that's dedicated to you because that was your spelling mistake, wasn't it? Or did you intentionally refer to? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But I found it really offensive what you said. You honestly, what you come out with. Anyway, I'd just
What
like to
you
say
come out
hi
with
to
offensive,
the. I'd just like to say hi to the TikTok. Hello, TikTok. We're broadcasting trilaterally. Do you like
Matt.
that word, AJ?
You,
Trilaterally.
you're broadcasting on TikTok as well.
It's TikTok and Twitter
TikTok and Twitter.
and
Are
YouTube.
you trying to attract the younguns, Matt?
You honestly, why is youngins on your mind all the time?
Well, you just said that you're on TikTok. TikTok's a
And
big
TikTok
platform, isn't
is
it?
mostly used by middle-aged women, in my experience. I'm not like you, AJ. I'm into middle-aged women.
Wow.
And unlike Russell Brand, who's
Your
evidently
your admission of being
is a
charged for taking 3 boys to the woods doesn't really suggest
that
that
was an
you're into
allegation.
middle-aged women.
Again, AJ, you come straight into it and disrupting my live. So what's it all about, sunshine?
What are you on about? Come straight into it and
Yeah,
interrupted
you're
your life.
disrupting my life. I'm here to talk
You,
about
you
Russell
wasn't you
Brand.
wasn't live 2 seconds ago, was you?
I'm here to talk about Russell Brand, and all you're talking about is
You
the
just said that you're into
false
middle-aged
allegation of
women.
taking
So
3 teenage boys into the woods. You
you're
know,
saying it's a false allegation, but you're the one that told us all about it.
I know. So what does that tell you?
It tells me that you've got a very deranged way of thinking.
Thank you. And so I'm here to talk about Russell Brand and not myself. So how do you feel about that?
That'll be a first.
Well, do you feel as if you'd like to add anything to the conversation? Hello, Mandy. Mandy in the chat. So, what did you make of tonight's Dispatches documentary on Russell Brand?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, but
No, I don't watch TV, Matt.
well, it's been a very damning documentary, an hour and a half, of a number of victims coming forward and essentially saying that they were raped, groomed, and raped by Russell Brand. It was shocking. Mandy says it was shocking. So
Yeah, but
maybe tonight's show isn't quite for you, AJ.
some people will make accusations because of the fact that Russell Brand's supposed to be loaded, isn't he? So maybe they're chasing after money. Until we've got the
I have read maybe it's 15 million.
15 million
Yeah, that is worth.
that he's worth. Wouldn't that encourage some people to make allegations?
I don't know, would it, AJ?
I would say throughout history,
I
and the
thought the
amount of
law
people,
was set up that if you bring
the
false
laws.
allegations, you're in a lot of trouble.
Well, it should be, yeah.
Well, I'm sure the law is like that at the moment. But anyway, what's happening, AJ? You're disrupting because we want to talk about Russell Brand. He's
So you are
totally going
talking
to
about
jail
him, eh?
after this. After what we saw today in the Dispatches documentary, there is no way Russell Brand will not be going to prison over these shocking allegations.
Well, we'll find out when that happens, won't we?
And well, I also want to discuss with you, the audience, it's going to be the domino effect now, because of course it started, I believe, all the way back with Epstein, going on to Ghislaine Maxwell, and then Prince Andrew. I thought it was going to carry on, but it
Yeah,
stopped.
the whole Prince
And then it started up again with Philip Schofield, Hugh Edwards,
the whole thing with
Philip
Prince
Wotton.
Andrew, that was a 17-year-old, wasn't it?
I do allegedly so, yes.
Yeah, well, 17
But nothing. But even though
wouldn't
nothing was
make
ever
Prince
proved in court because
Andrew.
it's never been to court.
Yeah.
So technically, Jimmy Savile was innocent.
Well, Jimmy Savile was never convicted. No.
There you go. So technically, nothing was proven against him. They were all allegations. But do you remember? Was his knighthood taken away?
I'm not sure.
Nor am I. But anyway, oh yes, so Mandy, we're making the little joke, Beavis or Butthead. Did you find that particularly offensive when I compared you and Plisco to Beavis and Butthead?
No, it's just more stupidity from you, isn't it, Matt?
Exactly. It was more stupidity from me. So why did he take it so seriously? Oh,
Who did?
that's I just want to read my magical imaginary girlfriend is just saying good night.
Is that Babs?
So I'll just have to interrupt a busy day. Oh right, which yeah, off. Oh yeah, so it's Sunday tomorrow. Okay, sweet dreams. Sleep well. Have fun tomorrow.
Babs.
I'll be thinking about you. Was that? I'll be thinking of you. They're going to a fun event. They go to every month. Certain. Sleep well. Have fun tomorrow. I'll be thinking of you, and that's it. Shit. But then I have to be aware that I've still got a Twitter or a TikTok audience. Sorry, TikTok. Well, we've got a seal of approval. We've got this is great from Mandy. So thanks. I love the positivity coming from my #1 subscriber.
Is it an egg and spoon race?
Say again, over.
The special event, is it an egg and spoon race? Babs used to love her egg and spoon races.
How did you guess? So listen, do you? So yes. Look, you're distracting. I want to stick to Russell Brand because it's also who's going to be next. Hello, you on Matt Taylor TV? What do you make of the Russell Brand thing?
What's going on with your mic, Matt?
Well, no, that was the BBC News. I think he was masturbating, quite frankly.
BBC News?
Yes, that's what. Aren't you seeing it, buddy?
No.
You're not seeing it?
No.
Oh, it's gone now. Wow. Yeah, we just seem to have like audio bombed, something like that. I'm losing my will to live, really, having you here. It's like people here that have, I don't want to be here, but are here anyway. And the only reason you're here is because you've got a gun to my head. But that's organised crime, ladies and gentlemen. I'm reading a fantastic book on it, AJ, called The Rise of Organised Crime. No, whatever it's called. The Rise of the Mafia, of course, the definitive story of organised crime. It's a fantastic book.
You seen the non-King Warty and Hurler together tonight?
You'll have to translate that into brutish, please, if you don't mind.
Non-King Warty is Sean Cassidy.
Who's Sean Cassidy?
You know, the one that thinks he's the King of Scotland.
No, I haven't really touched base with that yet, bud.
Yeah, he's an utter fruitcake. He's with Brian Help, right?
But compared to John Manoa, how much of a fruitcake
John Manoa, without doubt's more of a fruitcake, but...
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Cool. You are finally getting to the point where you acknowledge that John Manoa is a nutcase.
No, I think John Manoa is a genius. He's a visionary of a man. And if I had £25 million to invest, I'll invest it in John Manoa.
In old technology that's not even ever going to work.
Whatever you think, AJ, it doesn't bother me. It literally does not bother me what you think about it.
You do know that he used to pinch other
people. We're not here to talk about John Manoa, AJ, and I'm trying not to get my voice too loud. So please, let's keep it with tonight's subject, and that is Russell Brand. And the funny enough, though, you never even watched the documentary.
No.
So maybe you better kind of like toodly-too and off you go, kind of like.
That's no way to speak to your boss.
Well, you're certainly not my boss, mate.
I own you, don't I, Matt?
How on earth you say something so absurd like that? How on earth do you think I own you?
No, I own you.
Yeah, no, how on earth? That's what I'm asking, prick. How on earth do you think?
Do we need to take more channels down, Matt?
Oh, so it's that way. Right, there you go. Look, the only person I affectionately call boss is Plisco. Right? I certainly don't refer to you as Plisco, as the boss. Everyone on TikTok, we're talking to a guy called AJ. Anyway, let's just... Oh, God, I've been blocking him at this kind of time in the.
What's your fan base like on TikTok then, Matt?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's going well.
Any
Thank you
of
ever
them
so
above
much,
the age of
everyone.
16?
Nicholas, thank you, Nicholas, for joining us. And then Alison, thank you, Alison Morton. And Suzio, thank you ever so much. Yes. Saf, thank you for joining us. And then over from TikTok back to YouTube, and big hello to Tube England. Hello, Tube England. Great to see you. And also, we're very privileged
So Brian
and
P.
honored to have
Stevens,
YouTube streamer news. And funny enough, we've got Tube England right over YouTube streamer news. Two names I'm always getting mixed up. Isn't that funny? But anyway, let's really hope AJ, gets fed up and goes away, because quite frankly, not because he stinks, but because he never saw a documentary. If he did see the documentary, I would love it if you came on and discussed it with me. I mean, what do you make? I thought, and I just want to bring it in everyone's mind. Are you saying something, AJ? You're just playing a recording.
Playing a recording of what?
I don't know. So is that a yes or no answer? You always come back with a question. I thought you were playing an audio. I was sorry. I got distracted.
Does the kettle sound like a recording?
No, my mistake, AJ. I'll let you get on. Make yourself a cuppa. But quite frankly, what I heard on the Russell brand.
The dog's not happy with you, Matt.
Oh, okay. The dog would like to come on and discuss the issues. What's up, Chloe? What's up, Chloe? Chloe, tell us what AJ's been doing to you. Get it out. You're in a safe space now. What have you been doing to her, AJ? Anyway, if anyone watched, look, Chloe's making far too much noise. If anyone watched the Russell Brand dispatchers expose, hiding in plain sight, jump on board. I'd love to know what you made of it, because I personally think Russell Brand is going to prison, because you can't get away with that in this day and age. No, sir. No, re. Oh, okay. AJ's back. Hello, AJ.
Funny you should bring that up, Matt. Hiding in plain sight. Very good website. Hiding in plain sight.
Yes, AJ's got a website like that. Yes.
I don't have a website.
Oh, I thought it was your website.
No.
Oh, I thought it was. Well, you certainly promote it enough.
Yeah, of course I'm going to promote a good website.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, well done, AJ. AJ, the thing is, you never saw a documentary, okay? And the point I want to make is, of course, Philip Schofield, Hugh Edwards, Dan Watton, now Russell Brand, which Guerrilla Democracy News reported on in 2015. I just want to throw that in as a fact. And now who's going to be next? Over to Hookland. Hookland says and this is more directed to AJ. So here's a question directed to you, AJ. Sorry to hear about the bullshit you have been put through by some of the idiots from the tar pit of YouTube. Grief should never be poked in such a vile way. Massive respect to you. Well, look at that then.
You probably don't know what that's about, do you, Matt?
I am surprised. You've got a massive fan with you in Hookland. And then we got Dwight, believed to be Fat Dan. I need to have that confirmed.
That's your buddy, isn't it, from Bedford?
Matt, are you still selling a breast pump, brother? Was that you, Dwight Jones? Was that you, Fat Dan, doing all that? Is Dwight Jones Fat Dan? Alberto. Yeah, Chloe the dog was saying, oh, was she? That's not nice. Listen,
Dwight
why
Jones
are
is
you lot
Daniel
coming in and
Thompson Sullivan.
distracting? Sorry, AJ, I'm talking. Why are you lot coming in and distracting from this Russell Brand special? We're here to talk about Russell Brand, not anybody else, okay? But still, Mandy asked the question, Alberto, where did you study the dog language? Yes. Sorry, over to okay, before we go over to AJ, I'd just like to answer YouTube. Do you know when you pay for those joke phone calls in which you type in a number and then this number will ring you and it just plays a recorded joke message? Well, we had a joke message coming up, a lady ringing up about the breast pump. So it's just totally stupid, really. So anyway, over to AJ, I think, who has something to say. What is that, AJ? Sorry.
Your buddy Dwight Jones is Daniel Thompson Sullivan.
Yeah, honestly, that is so. If that's the case, right? That Fat Dan, what the fuck's going on, bud? Why don't you come on and explain yourself? How come I've got a beef with you? I'm not particularly happy with you, Dwight Jones. If you are Fat Dan, I've had no dealings with you. Oh, sorry, and this is a little message to my TikTok audience. This happens a lot over on YouTube land. You get distracted by people. And well, anyway, this Russell Brand special has been distracted by Fat Dan subject. Fat Dan is a popular YouTuber, very overweight, and he loves spiders. Funny enough, I love spiders too.
He likes talking about having sex with children in caravans as well.
Don't believe a thing AJ says, right? But the guy
That's
AJ just talks rubbish.
Recently.
And he honestly thinks he's the boss, which everyone knows there's only one boss, and that's Bruce
Come on,
Springsteen.
Matt. Come on, Matt, you know
What
it's
is it?
true.
Anyway, YouTuber, over to YouTuber. YouTuber says, Matt, would you like us to post the best of your deliverer? Pizza
How many
deliveries.
pizzas have you had today, Matt?
It's quite comical, to be fair. Go for it. What is that, AJ? What are you saying, AJ?
How many pizzas have you had today, Matt?
There are 3 deliveries.
3 deliveries?
Yes. And the last one was offered 50%. And we regretted not taking them up on the offer, actually. But luckily, my niece came through and brought me a kebab. And I got enough for 2. So I shared that. Over to Hookland, who says, I saw excuse me. There's someone who's watched the documentary, AJ, and you haven't. So over to Hookland, who says, I saw the documentary. These allegations have been in circulation for years. The enabling of brand by his employers is the real exposure of the show. Thank you ever so much. I think Hookland is and he's a big fan of yours. Do you know that? Do you know that, AJ? Hookland is a big fan of yours. What were the pizza flavors? I don't know.
Hookland sounds very intelligent.
For the TikTok audience, if you're at the receiving end of the Plisco Mafia, of which AJ is a made man, isn't that right, AJ? You're like a main man in Plisco's Mafia organization, aren't you?
I don't know.
Well, you see what they're doing? They just totally deny it, and that's what's the beauty
I'm a slightly
of the family.
entity, Matt.
AJ says he's a slightly different entity, which like pretty much confirms he's a complete and utter weirdo. But let's not.
Just confirms that if you don't behave yourself, you can have a lot more problems than what you can deal with.
What? So you're happy to push me over the edge? It's only YouTube, AJ. Why do you make it so serious all the time? Fucking hell! You always have to make it ugly and dark and like take it to a place that's scary. Why do you do that?
What edges that you're being pushed over? Is it the
no, you just said there. You just said you're going to take it somewhere that is. You just said you're going to take it somewhere that is not nice or something like that. Words to that effect.
No,
yeah, what is your problem? Why are you making it so scary and so mean all the time? Why can't it just be fun?
Why is your little girlfriend running around trying to make out that my partner was murdered?
And who do you mean by my little girlfriend?
You know, Stinky Knickers.
Kaylee, you mean?
That's the one.
Well, I don't know anything what Kaylee does, so next.
You're in a WhatsApp group with her.
No, well, no. I think I've come out of it. I think I've come out of it. I'm not.
You're coming out of it now?
Look, it may be an old number which the police have got. So, next question. What? Look, I want to talk about Russell Brand. You didn't even watch the documentary, but yet you're taking up the airtime.
Why would the police have your old number, Matt?
Well, because they've got my fucking phones, you idiot. Why are you asking me questions which you already know?
Why have the police got your phones?
You know why.
Was there something on them that it shouldn't be?
I don't know. What would they find if they looked at all your phones?
They wouldn't find anything on mine.
Because you store it all in an external server.
Huh?
Because you store it all in an external server.
I store all the publicly accessible videos that I download on a server, yes.
There you go. Now, let's get back to Russell Brand and who is next, because inevitably there will be more people and more new names coming forward.
Do you think it'll ever get to the point where you're talked about as much as the likes of Russell Brand?
I'm already getting talked about. I'm already getting... Do you know what they say? They said, if I was around back in the days of Jimmy Savile would be regarded as the Matt Taylor of the BBC.
What do you mean?
So I've been in Russell Brand's situation where I've been accused of despicable, very serious crimes. I've been in Russell Brand's situation, which is why I'm following the story. But yet, isn't it fascinating that you, of all people, AJ, as the one person who's continuously disrupting?
What do you mean by if you was around in the days of Jimmy Savile? You was around in the days of Jimmy.
I was around in the days of Jimmy Savile, was I?
Yeah, you were.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Just not in Leeds with Jimmy Savile.
Okay, then. Yeah, I was around when Jimmy Savile first started out in the BBC up in London in the 1960s. Yeah, I was around then. Well done, AJ.
You was alive then, wouldn't you?
Oh, look, AJ, fucking hell. I thought you knew everything
You're
about
in your
me.
60s now, ain't you, Matt?
Oh, AJ.
You're not far off. If you weren't in your 60s, you're not far off.
AJ, you bore the living daylights out of me. For the record, I'm 52, everyone. Where's Captain Crook to the rescue? Oh, wow, Captain Crook. He's got grand plans. Oh, look. Oh, well, I cannot answer it because I'm on TikTok.
Go for an ice cream.
I'm on TikTok. Yes, it is boring, isn't it? It is actually quite boring here with you, AJ. It is actually quite boring here with you, AJ. Like Mandy, I'm going to sleep, really.
You're saying Mandy's boring.
Well, no, I'm saying you are, because you are an unwelcome guest. And it's not nice to have unwelcome guests, is it? Is it? Wouldn't you agree? It's exactly what you are.
So Russell Brand's being accused of similar to what you've been accused of then?
No, I've never been accused of rapping anyone, in your words.
Well, you did say that he's been accused of similar to you, and that's why you're reviewing it.
We've both been accused of very serious crimes.
Oh.
I've been accused of very serious crimes. And you understand what the difference between accusations and convictions. So what was that, AJ?
Who have you sexually assaulted and emotionally?
Well, exactly. And I haven't sexually assaulted anyone, have I? And we got Leo coming on. Hello, Leo. That's an audio. That's an audio bomb from Leo. Such a shame. What a strange occurrence. So anyway, AJ, have you got anything other of value to contribute? Because you're just wasting airtime, quite frankly.
I thought we were talking about Russell Brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who, and obviously there will be someone coming next, wouldn't there? Especially after Thank you for the hearts coming from TikTok. You know, there will be someone next. Oh, look, it's jumping up on TikTok now. 60 likes. All the hearts are flowing. Everyone's liking the conversation. So obviously that somebody will be next, because once this happens, once the floodgates open, more and more cases will come through, and more and more people will feel comfortable in telling their stories.
So is this here allegations that have been made against Russell Brand? Is it anything in relation to children?
A 16-year-old, yeah. So there is underage element there.
16's not underage, is it?
Yeah, but you said children. Well,
yeah, children.
Yeah, they're children until they're 18, technically.
They're above the age of consent at 16, yes.
Look, please don't argue the toss, because I don't know why you're arguing the toss. The thing is,
I'm just trying to establish how.
Well, perhaps if you'd watched the documentary.
I'm trying to understand how Russell Brand being accused of
Guerrilla Democracy News asked the question,
emotional abuse during a 7-year period. Similar to you.
Guerrilla Democracy News asked the question back in 2015 whether he was a paedophile in an article I wrote then. So over to AJ, who will now repeat what he just said.
All right, we're trying to establish how Russell Brand being accused of rape and sexual assault and emotionally abusing during a 7-year period relates to you and your being charged with taking 3 boys to the woods to have sex with, and you being found in possession of indecent images on a disc.
Yeah, well, thank you for bringing that up, AJ. Yeah, all the allegations, like I've already... Oh, fucking hell, would you have the respect to be quiet when I go and answer your shit fucking questions? Unlike Russell Brand, and like Russell Brand, I've gone through an investigation, which I mean, unlike Russell Brand, who hasn't been through a police investigation yet. I think that will change. I've been through a police investigation following allegations of number 1, blah, blah. My other audience know that. TikTok, you don't need to know. You'll know anyway. And then another allegation against me of taking 3 teenage boys into the woods, blah, blah. I'll tell you more about it another time. Was found to be false. So in my case, there have been foreign police investigations that found no further action. But in Russell Brand's case, that hasn't been the case yet. And I believe Russell Brand will be going to prison once police investigations happen. They have to be kicked in now. Thing is with this AJ is a well-known old troll who's trying to disrupt the flow of the show. But anyway, we've got a guy called Nobby on. You'll love Nobby. I'll go and let him on now. Hello, Nobby. How are you?
Oh, good evening, Matthew. How are you this evening?
Well, did you watch the Russell Brand documentary?
Oh, just like yourself, isn't he? Chip off the old block.
Is that a yes or no?
Obviously a yes.
Yes, and so what do you make of it?
Not very good, is it?
Well, is he going to jail? Do you think he's going to go to jail?
You've managed to escape it this long, haven't you?
Well, why do you think that is, prick?
Matthew, that's not very nice, is it?
Why do you think that is, prick? Well, let me answer the questions. Because I wasn't guilty of the things that I was alleged to have done.
That's not what the letter from the police said.
That's not what the letter to the police said. Anyway, I'm going to keep the volume low on AJ, because AJ's got some lovely blogs of his own that he can tell you all about. So,
could you explain to me? You got halfway through it the other night. When you went to court and you was representing yourself for the child pornography images found in your possession, why did it get thrown out of court? Did it get thrown out, or what happened?
Well, it got finally got picked up by a solicitor's firm, and once the solicitor had a look at it, they received a letter saying it's no longer in the public interest to proceed,
Well, you
and
seem
that
to
there
be
was insufficient evidence.
you seem to be changing your story, Matthew.
Lovely. Hello,
You-
Grobnob. Oh, Grobnob. Hello, sir. Welcome. We've got Grobnob on the show, everyone.
Hello, Grobnob. How are you,
Man,
old
you
chap?
fat wag. Well, I'm all right. All right. Been down the park, you know.
Do you think
had a
do you think
couple of
Russell
pints, had a
Brand's going to go to jail,
sc-
Grobby?
Well,
you
it'll
think
have
Russell
to go
Brand-
first. This is trial by media. Trial by media. Good for him, does it? I mean, there were some very good performances playing rape victims, and yeah, I think that's good enough evidence. Death sentence and snap from Nelson's column, and we can all throw rather as it dangles there. Yeah, definitely, probably guilty. I don't know. I don't know. I've never liked him though. Always
Nor have I.
given me the creep.
Same with me.
You know, a wrong un.
But I always liked Jimmy Savile, funny enough. Isn't that weird?
Liked him.
I actually was generally
I only
upset
liked
when
him
Jimmy
later
died.
When I saw them. Oh, I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, the cunt had a good innings. What was he? 85. Good few.
And he was never
years,
found
you know.
guilty. He was never found guilty. And you
Well,
remember, you're only
he was
guilty
found
once
guilty
you're
by the
proven guilty.
of television. They're a jury. Anyway,
Hey, mate, I'm not playing around with the volume. Robbie, your volume is your volume is shit, and I'm getting blamed for it. Fucking hell.
Oh, well, you know,
Mate, I'm so happy that you're back. We missed you so much. Oh, we've got someone who wants to come in. Betty wants to come in on TikTok. Hello, Betty. Hello, Betty. How are you, love? Hello. How are you?
Bobby.
Yes. Where are you calling from?
Me from China.
China. Nice. You're talking to England.
You mean China?
Well done. Bye-bye.
Oh, Matthew, that didn't sound like your lady boy, did it?
Anyway,
They asked for roses. Let's move on. Let's not talk to anyone from China.
Was that your
I'm no
lady
Russell
boy?
Brand. Oh, no, Your Honour. No, Your Honour. I don't talk to anyone from China on TikTok.
No, it was Thailand. They said Thailand.
Oh, did you say Thailand?
Yes,
right.
yes. Probably your lady boyfriend, one of those.
I don't think I'll be accepting Betty anymore. Bye-bye, Betty. Oh gosh, that's quite funny. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, so don't go off the subject, Matthew.
Say that again. That was so just for my TikTok, we're interrupting because we got a question about. Say that again.
You said you was due in court the following day.
Oh no, there was a few times in which I was at home looking after the kids or something, and then I had a phone call saying you need to be at Lewis the following day. And I was like, what for? They're changing the charges against you. And I was like, what? Fucking hell! And that I think happened twice. And when I went there, you know, take me a job in high heaven to get to these places, only to the judges go, what, we're here, we don't know. Okay, right, psh, bash, further along the line, you know. So there was a lot of that going on. But I think on 3 occasions I went, well, definitely 2. And the third one was just this change of hearing. But there was 2 nights where I had to go to bed thinking I had a Crown trial the next day. And, you know, it was, without doubt, the most stressful period of my life.
And so
it was, you know, it was terrible. And, yeah, I still remember it now with with dread, all the memories that come back with it.
Oh, well, so it should be that doing those sort of things, isn't it?
But you see, that's the whole point. I've never done anything that I've been accused of doing.
Well, obviously, the images was in your possession, wasn't it, Matthew?
Well, but again, nothing was proven in court. Nothing was ever ultimately taken into court. And what you are failing to appreciate or tell the audience, and I'm not encouraging you to at all, is the reason why they leveled such a charge against me. Because ultimately they wanted to level another charge against me, which they didn't have the evidence to do so. So quite frankly and respectfully, Nobby, there's a massive story behind it, okay, which you aren't telling the audience, and which I'm not particularly in the position to tell the audience, or nor am I particularly inclined to tell them. And so
Yes,
until you're a dispatches, right, until you're a dispatches journalist, I don't think you should really come on and, preach around your silly questions, mate.
well, the
And that's
problem is, all you nutcases, you seem to think the police are against you.
Well, in this particular case, the police are against me. Yes.
Well, they're there to help you, Matthew, and help us.
Well, not that isn't the case in my case. What do you want me to do about it? What, you honestly think there isn't as such thing as police corruption? That
Well,
organised crime hasn't infiltrated the police force?
Well, that's organised crime, isn't it, for money? But what's the gain for doing it with you? Nothing at all.
Oh, look. When we're here to talk about Russell Brand, Nobby, I mean, I'm welcome to, if you want to exchange numbers, we can talk about it privately.
What about that other nutcase I meant to ask you about the other night? Was that crazy man, Edward Ellis?
Oh, what about him?
Where's he?
Well, you know very well where Edward Ellis is. He's in prison, isn't he?
He's what? In prison?
Yes, you know very well he's in prison.
That's another one of your friends in prison.
Yes, I know it is, yes.
Oh, wow. What's been going on? What sort of people are you mixed up with, Matthew?
Yes, good question, isn't it? What kind of people are you mixed up with?
Well, none of my friends are in prison.
Well, can we verify that?
I've never been arrested for having child pornography.
Well, can we verify anything you say? You're hiding behind a silly voice and a fake name.
And I've never been accused of taking little boys to the wood.
Well done, you.
Well, I never. What about all these? So what's this Edward Ellis then? Why is he locked up for?
Right, look, Nobby, I've just dumped Nobby, okay, because he's talking about Edward Ellis, a friend of mine. We're here to talk about Russell Brand, okay? Russell Brand we're here to talk about. So, we've still got AJ in here. AJ is lowered.
Matthew.
AJ. Yes, AJ.
What you've just said is extremely concerning. So you was found in possession of indecent images of children.
Oh,
and they left
God,
you.
look. I'm just I'm not here. I haven't been accused of raping people. We're here to talk about Russell Brand. Any allegations that have been made against me have been thoroughly investigated and no further action is taken. I am not obliged to answer any further questions about any of that rubbish. Okay. The whole point of this is to discuss Russell Brand, not me. No, I'm not the story here. Okay. I'm not the story here. I thought it was I was not expecting what was going to come. Quite frankly, it blew me away. It was a fantastically well constructed and produced documentary, and is absolutely destroyed Russell Brand's reputation. As the editor of Guerrilla Democracy News, I would like to point out that I asked the question back in 2015 whether Russell Brand was a paedophile. But as what's already been said in Hookland, this was general knowledge, again, within the industry. Who's next? This current batch of dominoes fallen started with, of course, Philip Schofield. Then it went on to Hugh Edwards. And then it went on to Dan Watton. Right, we're letting somebody else in. Hello, Matt Taylor is a paedophile. Such funny name. Oh, that's an audio bomb, apparently. Yes, we are some very weird people here. Very weird, very weird. Right, I'm not going to bother letting Nobby in or AJ because they're talking about things which isn't connected to Russell Brand. So, how 40 minutes? We did have a little message from, I think it was Hook England. No, over to Nobby again, who has watched it. Nobby, how you have watched the documentary? Out of 1 to 10, 10 being most shocking, how did you find it shocking wise? Nobby, can you answer me? How did you find it shocking wise? No, Nobby has gone. Nobby doesn't like being timed out, and that goes, and I totally get it. I totally get it. When you go on with somebody's panel and you just get muted, it doesn't make you feel like you want to go back on the panel. And that's really a good little tip, how to get rid of people who come on your panel. Just mute them. Tube England. No, it wasn't Tube England. It's YouTube Streamer News. Who's the boss? So we've got Matt Taylor is a paedophile, and who's your boss? Hello. Can I help you? Hello.
So, Matt, you were left with children after being arrested in possession of...
Look, AJ, please. No one's interested in your silly questions, right?
I find it extremely...
Okay, what? So shall I ask questions about
arrested.
your eviction with a dog?
I find it concerning that you'll be left looking after children when you've
Well,
been
look, that doesn't matter. Your concerns don't matter. Okay, your concerns don't matter.
Concerning, and you're
Right,
saying
your concerns don't matter, and I don't find why. What a weirdo, though. What a weirdo. What a weirdo. That he feels he should take this opportunity when we are discussing Russell Brand to voice his concerns about me and children. Like, what the fuck is he even bothering about me and my children? Honestly. So it looks like AJ wants to be forcefully removed. It does, doesn't it? I may have to go on to the Premiere restream so we can block AJ. I know, it's so intrusive, Mandy. I mean, what I'm saying intrusive is because Mandy, a regular on YouTube, her comments is so persistent, and that's so true. So repetitive, unwanted, relentless. And that's the very definition of stalkers. And this AJ is your classic stalker. I mean, look, this show is all about Russell Brand. And he was the first one on. And did he watch the documentary? No. So he had absolutely nothing to offer. Have you heard the news about Rishi Sunak's death? Oh my God, we've got a troll. We've got a troll on TikTok. I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed. I didn't realize TikTok trolled you like that. TikTok banned and fake information. Oh my God. There was this little fake little information coming up on TikTok then that said Rishi Sunak. Hey, have you heard the news about Rishi Sunak's death? You trolls, you naughty TikTok trolls. I had some weirdo phoning from Thailand, apparently. Someone's talking in the chat. What is it, AJ?
What's your TikTok name, Matt?
What's my TikTok name? Wouldn't you like to know?
What's the account name you're using?
What, so just so you can strike it?
Are you using the name The Brighton Beast or something like that? Something that's appropriate to you?
Yes, I am. Oh,
Go on, what's
AJ, why don't you just get a
the
life
channel
and
name? It
leave me
won't take me
alone?
long to find it, Matt.
AJ, why don't you just get a life and leave me alone?
Huh?
Why don't you get a life and leave me alone?
Why are you going on about AJ's the first one here when I was already here before you even went live? Wasn't I,
So
Matt?
explain that to the audience. Explain how you were already here before you went live.
Because I'm your boss.
How much do you pay me?
Nothing. You don't deserve payment.
So I'm your slave. You want me to be your slave?
No.
Well, come on and explain yourself. I mean, you are a very definition of a stalker.
Now, Matthew, you want to talk about stalking, do you?
I've been accused of stalking, but I've never been
You
charged with it.
haven't just been accused of stalking, Matt. You've been given a stalking prevention order.
And that doesn't mean I got found guilty of stalking. They said there's a...
It means that they gave you a prevention order to stop you from stalking.
Yes, well done.
Because you were stalking.
No, because there was a perceived threat in their eyes that I
You
might.
were a perceived threat.
Yes, in their
Your
eyes,
stalking was
they
a
might.
perceived threat.
Those stalking prevention orders were brought in because of me.
Because of you.
Yeah, look, AJ, the thing is, right? I'm here to talk about Russell Brand, and all we're talking about is myself, which is exactly what AJ wants to do. Because by his very nature, AJ is a destructive troll. We've got A1000 and we have Charlie's Girl in the chat. We've got 17 watching. We've got 46 minutes in. What is the reaction? I know Katie didn't watch the Russell Brand because she was airing a movie herself. So Katie is in the same list as AJ for ones who haven't seen it. But Mandy has seen it and said it was shocking. So has Nobby. Nobby's seen it, but he was playing a character, so we didn't really get his true reaction to it. I personally think Russell Brand will be going to prison over this. You know, he will be going to prison. Rape is very, very serious, and he is going. And also, I mean, this touches on who's going to be next. Who is going to be next? In this latest cluster, it's been... I'll do the list. I know it. It's all up there. Philip Schofield, Hugh Edwards, Dan Watton, and now it is none other than Russell Brand. Can we get round to Russell Brand, please? Yes, I know. Isn't it annoying? Russell Brand should have every single hair removed. Heavy duty wax. Well, so firstly, Charlie's Girl, do you think Russell Brand is heading for jail? You know, this is going to open the floodgates. This is going to open the floodgates because it's going to become the in thing to expose the wrong-uns. What other names are going to be bandied about? Dare I say it? People connected with Only Fools and Horses, a certain Jason of the Argonauts kind of thing. You know what I mean? You kind of saying, you know what I mean? There's going to be lots of names coming through. I'll tell you that one name that won't be mentioned is dear old Parkinson. He was an honourable man. Parkinson was an honourable man. But I say, right, everyone, 15 watching, welcome. We've had the intrusion of AJ all evening. It's been absolutely terrible. We're actually broadcasting triatrially across TikTok. Hello, TikTok audience, on Twitter and on YouTube. So welcome to my triatrially wonderful audience. When we got so many people watching, my personal reaction to Russell Brand is complete and utter shock. Complete and utter shock. Running around forcibly, you know, pushing himself onto women who are saying no. That's rape. I'm old school. You know, if no's mentioned, you back off. Okay? You back off. Over to Charlie's Girl, who said, if a fair trial finds him guilty, yes. And I don't think anyone is all that shocked, pervert. I mean, yes. That's all very well, but these are the same people who have found me guilty in a public domain. I've been in the same situation of being accused of hideous crimes in which I've been guilty. So we shall see. But unlike Russell Brand, the investigations have already been conducted and concluded, and no evidence was found. So they were NFA'd. Unlike Russell Brand, I have been investigated. My equipment has been seized. But of course, this isn't about me. This is about Russell Brand. And my personal view is that he is going to jail. The man is finished. Hello, you on Matt Taylor TV? What's up? Hello. Oh, hello, AJ.
How many accusations is it against Russell Brand that you're saying?
Oh, I think in the documentary there was at least kind of like four
All right.
women, like runners, pretty much, yeah, runners in the industry.
All right. It sounded like you were saying much more than that earlier.
Well, yeah, there could be more, but there was four featured on film,
and
there
by
were some
women.
people who have actually like written books, and so
And
they,
you-
even though they wrote about the negative experience in their book, but never actually reported it.
So it's been published, the accused of sexual assault by 4 women. Can you
Is it?
explain how? Yeah. Can you explain
Did
how
you just read that from the?
how
did you
you're translating 4 women as being youngsters?
I think one of them claimed that she was 16 when the grooming started.
Claimed.
Yes. What a
Wouldn't-
fucking hell, AJ. I mean,
wouldn't the
come on.
me-
I'm not
wouldn't-
fucking under.
wouldn't-
I'm not.
wouldn't the
I'm not under
media-
investigation here. So why are you
wouldn't the
fucking talking to me as if I'm quite guilty of something?
Well, we all know you're guilty of many things, Matt.
Like what,
Like-
AJ?
Like you're trying to pass off that you're being charged with the indecent images was NFA'd.
Well, it was.
No, that wasn't what happened, was it, Matt?
Oh, look. The thing is, I don't give a flying fuck what you think or think that didn't happen. Right? I'm here talking about Russell Brand, and you are an intrusion into my train of thought. Quite frankly, you're not welcome here. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes. I'm trying to keep on track, and that is about Russell Brand. Yes, Mandy says maybe Butthead should have watched it. Yes, for goodness gracious me. But in fact, he was actually here all along, and he never hasn't actually explained that, how that's possible. So he was here already waiting for me to go live. The fucking nutter was here for me waiting. That's the kind of idiot this man is. Hello, idiot.
Just can't get rid of me, can you, Matt?
No. So can we stick to the subject and stick talking about
Well,
Russell
that's what we're
Brand
talking about. We're
rather than talking about me,
Russell
please?
Brand, and we're trying to establish how you're trying to seem that Russell Brand has done something similar to you.
AJ, please. Goodbye. I really have not got time for AJ tonight, everyone, especially when we got 5 minutes coming up to the end of the show. The whole point of me going live is to get something off my chest and to convey an idea which I want to convey. The only issue of allowing idiots like AJ onto the show is that it disrupts my trail of thought. is a bit of a shame, especially when we're trying to have so much fun. But of course, the likes of AJ and co make it very boring and make YouTube a bit of a disappointing place to play. And that's why I'm so thankful that I've had you, the TikTok audience, to join us today. And of course, mustn't forget the Twitter audience. The Twitter usually gets more people watching it after the event. Okay. But we've had some great numbers here in the here in TikTok. Hello, TikTok. Thank you for the great numbers. We are wrapping it up now. We're into the last 5 minutes of this reactionary video to what the reaction to the Russell Brand documentary, Dispatches documentary, Hiding in Plain Sight. My personal opinion is Russell is going to prison. Russell is going to prison. And I've called this the dirty rapper. Russell Brand is going to prison. A rapper is a little take on a rapist. Very serious allegations. You just can't get rid of me. I just cannot get rid of them, can I? And there's one lesson I've learned. Do not go to war with the trolls. You will always lose when you go to war with the trolls, for the simple reason that they go low. And they've been taught by the best. They've been taught by Uncle Plisco. And Plisco has taught them a whole new set of strategies. Pretty much just go low as anyone's ever gone before. And when you go as low as anyone has ever gone before, you usually outbeat them in the sniderness, in the spitefulness. That's the word I'm looking for, in the spitefulness. So it looks like we've got more pizzas coming. Hello, is that you again, AJ? Of course it would be. Looks like we've got more pizzas coming. We've already had 3 pizzas coming today. But again, we are distracting from tonight's subject. And that has been Russell Brand. Now, I'm going to be one of many people who will be discussing the repercussions of this. I mean, tonight, Russell Brand was actually live in Wembley at a very, no doubt, sellout tour. Okay, he's been live at Wembley at a sellout tour. And it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is now. And of course, I suggest you all check out Andrew Gold. Andrew Gold is a very good YouTuber. At the moment, oh look, don't order the takeaways, you idiots. Why are you doing that? Why do you want to waste people's time by ordering takeaways and delivering them here? They're idiots, aren't they?
Someone ordering you a takeaway.
Yeah, that's what you're threatening to do, isn't it? You're idiots. You're mad.
How many takeaways are you getting, Matt?
Well, you know, why are you doing it?
Sounds like someone's ordering you a curry now.
Well,
And a pizza.
why are you doing it? Why do you think you're clever? And of course, it's not you, is it, AJ?
I wouldn't order you a curry.
Of course
Matt.
you wouldn't, would you?
No.
Hello, Nobby, you dick. What's up?
Oh, I just heard you mention hiding in plain sight.
In the last minute, what do you want to say?
Is that the website, Hiding in Plain
is.
Sight?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Oh, fuck off. Anyway, last minute, everyone. Thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me. This is an occupational hazard, these trolls. Weirdos. That's what it is. YouTube is like a big playground. It's Eric's crack bitch. That's what it is. Yes. Anyway, Russell Brand is going to prison. Thanks ever so much, everyone, for joining me. Oh, that's fine. It's a pleasure. I'm really happy that you all join me. We're coming up to the last 30 seconds, everyone. So, say your goodbyes, okay? Let's do it again. What day is it tomorrow? It's Sunday. I will be going live tomorrow. So we'll carry on this discussion and we'll see what the reaction is, okay? The last 10 seconds, last 5 seconds. Goodbye and thank you.